Hi, this is Sarah Carlson with Fulcrum Financial Group.
And I'm Katie Toth. I am a wealth advisor at Fulcrum Financial Group. And Sarah is our trusted leader and the founder of Fulcrum Financial Group.
Thanks, Katie. We give innovative, honest, caring advice. And thank you so much for joining us on our live feed. This is new to us and very exciting. Yesterday we did our first one, and let's recap what we did. Yesterday we talked about the importance of retirement planning. We talked about some of the options for planning for retirement and why it's important. And then we also discussed some of the different types of accounts you can set up on a tax advantage basis with yourself as well as through an employer sponsored plan. So today, for our second day of our retirement series, what do you think about talking about some different strategies
Let's do it.
Retirement planning? Maybe some investment consideration as people are considering how they should invest their monies. And then the fundamentals of time horizon in investing for retirement. And then let's cover two strategies that have been really successful for our clients over time that I think our viewers will be able to understand.
That sounds great.
So, strategies for retirement planning. Let's talk about time horizon. When someone comes into the workforce, what are some words of wisdom you can share as a young investor looking at their time horizon?
Yeah. So, time horizon refers to the length of time towards certain goals that you're trying to reach. And it has implications for how you're going to invest. And so for somebody like me, who I'm established in my career, I'm not new to the workforce, but I'm further away from retirement than some other people. And so for somebody like me, it's really important that I maximize my ability to contribute to my retirement plan, or an individual retirement account, or a Roth IRA. On top of that, it's important to take advantage of any potential match that is offered by an employer. This is a time where time is really the great equalizer. And so an investor like me with maybe 25 years to retirement, I have the ability to invest pretty aggressively, because over the long term, all of the risk that I'm taking on in that aggressive posture is equalized. And as I get closer to that retirement horizon, the more conservative I'm going to want to get with my investing.
That's fantastic. So you brought up the concept of time and investing. You're absolutely right. What happens is risk refers to the potential of putting your money in a portfolio and potentially losing money. Time ends up equalizing and flattening out risk. In any given year, if you invest in a diversified portfolio and you have stocks and bonds in it, for example, you actually statistically have about a 24% chance of having a less than stellar return and potentially a negative return in any one given year. However, if you average that out and look at longer, a 10-year time horizon, there's never been a 10-year period that a diversified portfolio has not outperformed other investments, such as real estate, cash, commodities. So that's why time is important when considering your overall asset mix. So for our viewers who maybe work at an employer, just signed up for their 401k plan, what are some things you think they should consider where to put their money to work?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. If you have the ability to connect with a professional who you can consult with about what your retirement options are, I think that that would be really beneficial.
That is ideal. The one default that you could use until you talk to a professional is you could choose one of those. Usually most plans have a lifestyle fund, which is tied to the year in which that you would retire. What that does is that fund then will rebalance and reconfigure as you get closer to age 65. It will start out with a higher percentage in the stock market, and then as you get closer to retirement, it would diversify into other types of investments that had less potential volatility.
A lifestyle fund is also referred to as a target date fund. Mm-hmm. It's an excellent option.
I think it would be really helpful for our viewers to know a couple of strategies that have been really successful for our clients. A lot of it is because they're coachable and they're willing to take on a strategy, and then we're able to coach them through it. And we have a very specific process that we take clients through of discovery, coming up with a customized individual game plan, and then taking care of and monitoring that game plan as their life continues to change. I thought we'd talk about, I'm going to call it bucketizing. I've heard that in the industry. And then the have to haves and want to haves. That's kind of, I think, what we call it. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about bucketizing.
Yeah. When we're working with clients and they are approaching retirement or in retirement, it's a very important time, and it's a pivotal time to make sure that you have a really good sense of your cash flow, what's coming in and what is going out. And of that, what is required to keep the lights on and to keep the roof over your head. So when we're working with clients, we get a really good sense in collaboration with our clients of what are your have to have expenses. A strategy that we like to use is making sure that you have those expenses covered no matter what by fixed income revenue. And that can be Social Security, that can be a pension, and that can be an annuity. We really like to see that for the health of the portfolio. In addition to that, we like having the investable assets cover what you want to have.
Right. Those discretionary incomes that so many times are those rich experiences in life that makes the journey really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I love that want to have to have strategy. The other one of the three buckets, which kind of parlays into that, is the short-term bucket, which could be that fixed income is really secure and not going anywhere. It could be in cash, could be in bonds. It's the short-term time horizon is 0 to usually 3 years. And then the medium-term bucket, well, those are the assets that you might be saving with. You might need a new car. You might want to do some home improvements. There might be a dream vacation, maybe your kid's education. It's usually from like 3 to 10 years. That is the assets that you have some time, but you need to be more moderate and thoughtful because you don't have time on your side. And then there's a third bucket, which is the long-term bucket, which should really be the one that you're more opportunistic and looking long-term and being relatively more aggressive. And aggressive because 10 years and beyond helps to minimize and equalize risk. In that long-term bucket, it's important to realize that even if you're 65 and you're getting ready to retire, the tendency is to, oh gosh, like I got to put it all in cash. Well, honestly, cash is not going to get you anywhere. Cash is paying nothing right now. I recently had an account, looked at my statement, and my cash was paying about 0.1%, like nothing. That would actually be the riskiest thing that I could do would put it in cash. So even if you're 65, statistically, you are going to live another 30 years. Although you might want to be conservative for that short-term bucket, that medium and longer term bucket, the safer and more prudent thing to do is to be in value investments that kick off incomes.
Yeah, I think that's such an important point, that a retirement pitfall is thinking, I need everything in safety. And while that's certainly true for some of your assets, for many folks, not all of their assets should have that really short-term time horizon, and some should have a very long-term time horizon, even being in retirement.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us for today's second day of our 3-day challenge.
Thank you so much.
We're always here to help.